Okay, well, it's raining outside, and it is raining hard outside. Raining, raining, raining. So we'd have a little look at a couple of JCPenney models that will be coming up for sale. And these are really nice. I've collected JCPenney for years, and I've got quite a few of the different JCPenney models, but the 6241 and 6247 were probably the two most popular that you saw in the US. Now, the 6247... let me turn that down a bit. 6241, let's go on to that first. This was the model that had the 110 volt power supply inside, so this was a true base station, even though it looked like a larger sized mobile as such. And actually, we'll just hook that one up first, because I've actually, here's what a JCPenney mic looks like. I'm actually using, just to be totally transparent, a bargain at the moment, because it's wired up 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3, and it's it's actually ready to go, and we should even hear ourselves 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2. All right, now let's just talk about first, and I think we should be hooked into the service monitor with the 6241. We're going to find out. Quick change of leads. If we're not, we are. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, good. All right. So the 6241 is on dummy load at the moment. Some of the features. Well, first, what do I love about the 6241 and even the 6247? It's the polished sort of aluminium look that they presented with. It's got that real 1970s, early 80s look that, you know, you'd kind of equate to the front of a stereo radio or something that you had in your lounge room. Just really nice. Okay, so the 6241 once again did come with a AC power supply inside, 110 volts for you Australians, so you'll need to use a converter box like we use up the top here if you want to plug in. They do use a very peculiar plug on the back, which is very difficult to get, so just be aware of that. They can be a little bit harder to get for DC and AC hookups. Generally, we do a DC hookup and we modify a 2-pin plug and basically bastardize it a bit to make it actually work. And that's been a popular way of doing it. We'd love to get the original plugs, but I think I've got 2 in existence on my own personal collection, and that's about it. So this is a very standard 6241 where all the correct knobs are on it. This one here is using a Super Panther knob. I noticed that there actually should be a knob that looks more like this one here. So we're going to have a bit of a hunt around, you never know. But this was not uncommon in the day that people changed knobs around, etc, etc. And just a quick look at it. So we're, hello, 1 2 3 4 5 1 2, yeah, I mean, driving really well. Hello, 1 2 3 4 5, yeah. Okay, so look, just for the, I'm not going to go through the whole power routine on it, etc. I'm probably more just wanting to show just the difference between the two models, the 6247 and the 6241. Now, 6241 also came with SWR meter, so you could basically flick up to SWR, calibrate down the bottom, SWR calibration on the side, obviously RF just on there. Little different in the fact that they did have a AM sideband mode selector that was done a little differently. This was very common in the late 70s. That you would see this. So basically go to sideband first, then select between lower or upper sideband, etc, etc. And just to test AM carrier, 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3, yeah, okay, good. So we're certainly, you know, pretty happy with the fact that look, I'm quite aware these are working radios, but I say that, and let me just change a lead over. I want to show you why this one's not completely correct at the moment, and little dead giveaways that when you're buying a radio, you know, there are alignment issues, and that's all it is. It's no biggie generally, but they're just little things that'll be dead giveaway. Let me just put a lead into the other radio for a sec. Okay, so we're pumping a bit of signal into it at the moment, and that's all very nice. Just need to change hands here. Let's just take that signal down a bit. Righto. And we're down about 0.5 of microvolt there. Actually, we're less. That's 0.5 right there, sorry. So 0.5 of microvolt But you see the problem? I mean, we're hearing it, there's no problems, no issue there, and we can certainly play around a little bit there. But here's the issue. Let me just turn that signal off, so there's no signal at all going into it. And see how the filter's wrong here, and that the meter's still registering S3. Watch this. So I go to upper sideband, and look at that. That oscillator's set up correctly. Well, to some degree, we'll check it, but AM, no problems. Lower sideband, it's an alignment issue. It's an easy alignment issue. It's not a hard one to sort out. But this is why, when you're playing around with these, definitely follow your alignment procedures, because it doesn't take much to get yourself out of whack if you're not actually setting up per the specifications, and they are dead set easy to set up. There's no real difficulty in either of these two radios. I find their chassis are fantastic to work with, but somebody here has unfortunately has sorry, I just got a phone call coming through. Luckily it didn't cut out the video. Oh, lucky. It's got lucky then, sometimes it does. Anyway, but the 6247 and the 6241, whilst yes, we've got I think one of each that will be being sold. I'm keeping some for myself. I'm just a big JCPenney fan. They can bury me with a couple of those. So they really are just great radios. But these will be coming up for sale fairly soon. The only thing I would say is that I'm not sure the JCPenney mic, that is the original. That'll come with the 6241. I've just got to wire that up. For some insane reason, someone's wired that up to suit something else, which that's not hard to sort out. But anyway, so that's the JCPenneys. Well, that's a couple of them. They were fierce competition to the Sears radios at the time. But, to give you an idea of the type of styling, this was obviously the JCPenney. Sears went with a much tougher look. I don't mind them, I actually don't, but it's a really tough looking radio, the way they've done it. Now, just want to check something here, because, yep, they did too. So, let me show you something. This is the plug we're talking about. They're hard to get. If you've got any and you don't know what to do with them, we'll buy them from you, because we've got radios to fit them. But yes, so that's the plug. So what we have to normally do is to match up something to suit that there. But that lead can come off that one for the moment, because I will steal that for the other one over here, because I can actually now come back over and test on the 6241 if the AC supply is working on 110 volts. Let's have a look. And look at that. Now we are on the AC supply. So we've got the AC lead here coming through to the 110 volt supply, and we are working. So let me hook up a lead. Let's make sure the power supply's got some current capability. Okay, so it's all good news. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on AM and I'm transmitting and getting some good power output out of that thing, no problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the power supply is looking very good. Now let's go to sideband, onto lower sideband. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there we go. Please don't mind the rain. It's pretty loud out here in the shed at the moment. I'm out in the American barn, and boy, even with all the insulation, we're getting so much water at the moment. Crazy. Okay, so that gives you an idea. Unfortunately, I can't supply a 240 volt, a 110 volt lead with one of these radios. They are just so scarce, and that particular one that I've just found there will probably go on my own. I don't think I've even got one on my own, to be honest. I've got a dodged up lead. When I say dodged up, don't be too worried. The 12 volt leads that we make up for them are fine. If you were to make up a 110 volt lead for it, that's different. I would suggest changing the rear plug and doing something that's more IEC approved. Something that's a bit better than dodging up pins at 110 volts. So that would be dangerous. So generally, I've run them on 12 volts and had no issue. Well, of course, you're going to have no issues. They're meant to run on 12 volts, but 12 to 13.8 volts runs beautifully. So okay, that's the. As you can see, I'm having a play with something down here that will be of particular interest to people very soon. Let me just turn that on. This is just a very quick preview. That is a Stoner 10 meter radio. That is probably one of the rarest radios on the planet. So we'll get to that. But I thought, what the heck, just little bit of temptation just to show you one of those in the flesh, and we'll get onto that. Anyway, lots of radios to show you coming up over the next few months. Lots of them to sell, yes. Look, I'm still going to be keeping some of my own collection. I know that it's been a bit confusing. It's even been confusing for me as to what's going to be sensible to do. You know, there's the hobbyist in me that would not sell a thing if I, you know, if I had a choice. And there's the part of me that also knows that, you know, we've got to start making some preparations, and that's what we're doing. By the same token, yeah, there's a few things where I've just gone, nah, I don't care how much money that can stay. And I'm sure you've got radios like that yourselves where, you know, you just sort of think, no, that's just a bit of a fun one that can hang around. But we do have a bit of an oversupply of radios here at the moment, so please don't feel like, if I put something up for sale, don't feel like you're doing anything bad towards me. It's up for sale for a reason, and you know, sort of, you can always ask me the question, you know, have you left yourself one? The answer could be yes. Not for everything. I must admit, I'm not keeping one of everything. If I did, I'd be in the same predicament that I am right now. But yes, there is a few that we're keeping for ourselves, so all good there. And we'll do a display of that fairly soon, actually. A few big changes coming, and some ways we operate and what we're doing, and some new faces becoming involved. So certainly more to add to that in time. JCPenney, fantastic suppliers of radios back in the 1970s, 1980s. Obviously, they just branded, you know, things, but by the same token, they did some really nice models. So certainly looking forward to showing you one of these working in my own personal shack. We've got a fairly large 4-element quad that's coming over at the moment to just run into the radio room to run on 27 megs. So we hopefully didn't want to go to something too large, to be honest. Just wanted something that was, and it's coming over from Lightning Antennas, so they're a good bunch over there in the US, just for people that are looking for antennas. 73s from VK3S. I was going to say VK3SZ. My old call's VK5SZ. See, too many drugs lately, I tell you, with what's going on with me. VK3 Charlie Mike, VK5 Bravo Mike, and yes, used to be VK5SZ. That was a bit of a throwback to the 1980s. My goodness. Anyway, VK3 Charlie Mike, 73s. All the best. Have a great day.